Think I must have been like below 10k subs. I'm now over 100k subs.
I'm here today with my client Zedan. Zedan's been a kind of like a long-term client of ours. He's been with us for over a year.
I've built out 2 school communities, got several coaching offers, even got physical e-commerce products on the market. Before I started working with you guys, it was a lot. It was wake up really early, sometimes as early as 3 a.m. Script, film, edit. Now I get to focus on what I do best, and that is actually create the content. When you hire someone like Grey Matter Studio to take charge of the channel, that things run a bit smoothly and it inspires you to keep going.
Hey, my name's Jack and I'm here today with my client Zedan. And Zedan's been a kind of like a long-term client of ours. He's been with us for over a year and he's building up his like whole content empire. He's selling info products. He's got 2 different school communities and he's absolutely crushing it in the space. So Zedan, why don't you introduce yourself, maybe in a little bit more detail on that?
Yeah, so I've started my content journey a couple years ago, 2 years at this point, and a year ago I started taking YouTube very seriously, and that's when I started working with you, Jack. I remember when you reached out to me and everything you were saying was making sense, and then even the people around me, like my team, were telling me like, "Now you've got to work with this guy. Like he seems to know what he's doing." And so yeah, since then I've built out 2 school communities, got several coaching offers, even got physical e-commerce products on the market. So doing a lot of things to help not only grow my content but also obviously monetize my social media platforms.
Nice. That's awesome. And like before you started working with us, like how was your sort of like content system back then compared to what it is right now? Like where were you where were you before you started working with us in terms of like growth?
Oh my God! Before I started working with you guys, it was a lot. It was wake up really early, sometimes as early as 3 a.m. Script, film, edit. Then I have to come up with titles, thumbnails, post, always researching, looking for ideas on the internet. Like sometimes I would just have, I remember for the whole summer of 2024, I didn't listen to any music because I was like, okay, music isn't going to give me ideas for YouTube. It was like I had to listen to podcasts and I just had to constantly be playing content that was related to me. I could never actually detach and enjoy or relax. It was like 100% everything had to be going into what is the next video. There was never no idea of I have the next 10 videos locked down or anything like that. So before working with you guys, it was just a lot like working definitely harder, not smarter. And I think the biggest switch has been since working with you guys is obviously now I get to focus on what I do best, and that is actually create the content, not necessarily design, script, or edit.
Yeah, and I suppose as well that you get more time to focus on actually like growing the business, like making better
Yeah,
products, better services.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like things on the front end is especially with delivery, fulfillment, even sales. Like I can dedicate a little bit more time towards those things rather than the other things that take up a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's awesome. And like in terms of like growth on the actual like YouTube channel, where was you at when we started working together and where you're at right now?
So I can't remember specifically. I think I must have been like below 10k subs. That's what I think. But yeah, definitely below 10k subs. I'm now over 100k subs. So it's not been a joke within 1 year, you know? So it's been definitely some good progress.
Awesome. And like where do you want to take the YouTube channel as well? Like what's the next steps?
The next steps is not necessarily grow as fast and as big as possible, but to actually create like a very strong community of people that follow me and follow my journey, and then obviously like continue to grow the channel but expand it into different business realms rather than just sticking to the same thing that I've been doing, which I can only do if I can apply that time, like my focus into the business side of things rather than the editing and designing, you know. So definitely just exploring what else I can get out of the YouTube game.
Nice. And also, is there any other benefits you've experienced since working with Grey Matt Studio?
Yeah, and it's just like even before in the past, like I had tried to hire editors, tried to have copywriters, tried to have all these kind of teams that I just would create on my own. Um, and when you're working as an entrepreneur, in the beginning, you don't actually understand how difficult it is to talk to so many people. Like in a traditional job, you basically talk to one person that's maybe your boss, or if you're in a managerial position, maybe you talk to a few people below you, but that's about it. But when you get an entrepreneur journey, uh, you might have to end up talking to 10 to 15 to 20 people, especially if you've got multiple ways you're trying to make money, and so that makes it incredibly difficult to get anything done, and it just drains so much energy. So actually, an indirect benefit to working with Grey Matter Studio has been I don't have to talk to so many people. I can just talk to one person, and that's obviously being you. I only need to talk to one person, communicate with one person, and everything else is delegated, handled in a responsible manner, and it's been perfect.
Yeah, because it is super tough. Like when you have to speak with a copywriter, a thumbnail designer, not just like one editor, but sometimes like two or maybe even three editors, depending on like what projects we got and all that stuff. So like not having to speak to all those people, it's just it's just way less like sort of mental bandwidth that you save. Like you have way more energy to literally just run your business.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, like the mental bandwidth, I like to call it a cognitive water bottle. It's like every day you start with a full water bottle, and the more people you talk to, the more tasks you do, no matter big or small, tips a little bit of that water out. And if you're talking to 20 people, by the time it gets to 2 p.m. and you need to do something creative, you no longer have any water left in your bottle to use. And so it's so much easier if you just reduce the amount of friction in your life, so that you can really actually focus and dedicate your time to what moves the needle. It's like, okay, if you want to go and create a good YouTube video, who do you really realistically need to be in contact with? What do you realistically need to be doing? As the creator, you need to be filming and creating. You do not need to be talking to five, six, seven, 10 different people.
Yeah, you just need to focus on doing your best work. Which, if you had to speak with everyone else, you won't be able to do that. So yeah,
Exactly.
cool. And then, is there anyone that you would specifically like recommend Grey Matter Studio to? Like,
Yeah, I would recommend to people, literally anyone who's trying to build a successful YouTube channel, in the hopes of, well, not in the hopes, but with the plan of monetizing, of creating products, info products, digital products, even in the e-com space. If you are someone that has a YouTube channel, and you could be any type of content creator in any kind of niche, but if you're not just doing this for fun, if you're doing this with a business mindset, like I want to get money out of it, then hiring Grey Matter Studio makes sense. It's a direct return of investment. Like everything you pour into this bucket, you will get out of that bucket. So it makes 100% sense. If you're doing YouTube for fun, then maybe not, because then, like, what's the point? It's more of a hobby. But if you're taking this as a business, as a serious thing in your life, then that's who I would recommend Grey Matter Studios to.
perfect. Yeah, awesome, man. And just lastly, is there anything else that you'd like to say about like working with us? Any last? Any last words?
Well, it's also been incredibly motivating. It's like it's not only motivating, but it puts a great ease on the mind, and also inspires myself to do even more, because like sometimes you have these limiting beliefs. I know everyone has these limiting beliefs when they go into content creation. It's like, oh yeah, I'll never get that big, or I'll never actually get those kind of numbers. But then it's like, when things start to run on autopilot, and the time moves very quickly, months go by, and then you realize, okay, holy shit, like we're here now, we're doing this now. And then you actually get really proud from the inside, as you've realized you've overcome a lot of limiting beliefs. Like I never thought I'd have a YouTube channel at 100K subscribers, but here I am now, you know. And then like I didn't even know the other day that two YouTube videos got posted on my channel. I was super sick, and I haven't been able to do anything in my work life because I was incredibly sick. I was locked in my bedroom for 3 days, and then I'm getting notifications of people commenting on my video, and so like it's nice to know that when you hire someone like Grey Matter Studio to take charge of the channel, that things run a bit smoothly and it inspires you to keep going.
Nice. That's awesome. And like, now we got 100K subscribers. What's the next goal? 100K per month, cash.
Yes, yes. The next goal would be off YouTube. Yeah, 100K a month. That would be a pretty. Now, obviously, that could seem like a limiting belief to others. It certainly seemed like a limiting belief to myself to even hit 50K a month. But then once you hit it, you realize like there's nothing that's not possible. So 100K a month definitely is going to happen.
Awesome. It'd be awesome to come back to this clip.
It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. It's gonna
But
happen.
anyway, thanks for taking your time to jump on a call today, and it's been an absolute pleasure working with you, mate. So, yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I haven't been too much of a tough
no,
client
easy,
to take.
easy.